Star Wars original trilogy style lightsabers commonly come equipped with some type of rings that allow you to wear a lightsaber hilt. So let's talk about that a little bit. Now, here are several examples. All of these lightsabers have some type of ring attached to them. This Darth Vader style lightsaber has a D-ring at the top. It's located in the emitter section, and that's one of the places you can see a ring, for somebody to wear a lightsaber hilt. But it's much more common to find a ring located on the bottom of the lightsaber hilt, like it is on this Graflex style lightsaber right here. And that can be a little nice. Well, any of these rings can fold in a little bit, so that helps you kind of tuck them away a bit, when you're not wearing the lightsaber. So that's pretty nice. A lot of them are really located on the bottom of the hilt like this. Occasionally a ring will be located kind of on the bottom to the side, like it is on this Luke Skywalker lightsaber hilt over here. This is a Star Wars The Black Series Luke Skywalker Force FX lightsaber. So there's a few different ways you can position any of these rings, emitter, very, very bottom of the hilt, or kind of bottom on the side of the hilts are probably the most common. The rings can come in a few different shapes and sizes. So for original trilogy style lightsabers, it's commonly going to be a D-ring or a tri-ring. So it's D-ring because it's D in shape, and a tri-ring because it has three sides and it's kind of triangular in shape. Now, occasionally, we'll see some other shapes of rings too. So typically, if somebody's trying to make it a little more closer to screen accurate anyway, they would use one of these two styles. But sometimes we'll see other types of rings like, just an O-ring, or this one is kind of a keychain ring right here. So it has this split in it. Sometimes there'll be O-rings that don't have the split in it as well. But that's another way that you could, wear a lightsaber hilt on your belt too. So any of these rings, they're really great options, for wearing a lightsaber. But just because a lightsaber has a ring on it doesn't necessarily mean you can wear it. And I'm really maybe primarily talking about Force FX lightsabers in this case, because this lightsaber, this Force FX lightsaber, the blade is not detachable from the hilt. So it's really, you can't really wear it very well on your belt, unfortunately, because it just has that extra blade, or the blade is just attached to it, but it does still have the ring at the bottom of the hilt. So those are a few things to consider with any of these rings. Now, I know some things that people don't like about rings as compared to other methods of wearing a lightsaber, like the cover tech wheel. So when you attach a lightsaber hilt, let's just assume you have something, without the blade. But when you attach it to your belt or your, just kind of your pants, it can rattle around. So these rings can become kind of rattly, and the saber can kind of, wobble around as you're wearing it. Now, some people like that because it sort of reminds them of like gunslingers from the past, especially now with The Mandalorian coming out, or, it is out, I should say, where he's kind of the lone gunslinger in the galaxy, and he has all these sort of references to the Wild West. I think a rattly lightsaber, as you walk every step, you get sort of a rattle out of it. That's has a very Western feel to it as well, so that may be a bit appealing to it. And just also the fact that, these original trilogy style lightsabers, that's just the method that was used at that time. So if people want to kind of capture that spirit, then they often want to add some type of ring to their lightsaber hilt as well. So what do you guys think about any of these rings? What do you think about D-rings, tri-rings, or O-rings? And what do you think about wearing them? It's always a fun discussion to talk about that. And also feel free to discuss any other methods that you have for wearing a lightsaber. The cover tech wheel is quite common. It's really one of the dominant ways to wear a lightsaber, where you have this wheel attached to the lightsaber hilt, and then you attach it to a cover tech belt clip, and then, wear it that way. But anyway, I guess one final thing I should mention, though, one nice thing about having any of these types of rings is you could use that as a display method as well. So, for example, if you add some type of hook to your wall, or, shelf or whatever you want to do with that, then you could just kind of somewhat easily hook the lightsaber onto that. So that's a benefit there. But, I have seen some people make some different ways to kind of mount lightsabers with cover tech wheels on the wall as well. There's even somebody that makes a cover tech wall mount. But anyway, that's a bit of an aside. So this has been mostly a discussion of different rings you can have, but original trilogy style lightsabers commonly use D-rings, or, well, the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi lightsaber uses a tri-ring. So feel free to comment below.